What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are in the Ford F-150 appropriately because today I wanted to talk about Ford's 2021 F-150. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have seen the new model. There are a good number of pictures flowing around on the internet. Now, they did redesign the vehicle, but they didn't actually completely change everything out. I think they're still sharing some parts from the current version, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Right now, I wanted to start off by looking at the front end, and obviously this is one of the parts that had a major facelift, major update going on, guys. So guys, as a reminder, these pictures were all taken at different times. They're not the same exact truck that you see, which is why in these pictures, some trucks will have different options. Some will have tow mirrors, some will have regular mirrors, some will have the power running boards, some of them won't, some of them will have the whip antenna. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you are an Eagle viewer, guys, and you notice these little bits of variations, it's because they are different pictures, they are different truck models, taken at different times, so bear that in mind. Eric, do me a favor, pull up the picture of the F-150 real quick. Oh, yes. Yes! Yes! Now, off the bat, guys, we have a completely changed front end. They redesigned everything. Ford changed the grille, they changed the headlamps, they changed the bumper, they changed the hood, and they changed their fenders. Off the bat, guys, I kind of like it. Now, this truck is for those that need a little bit of time to look at it and appreciate it. Maybe you need to see it in person, but I think they did a pretty good job on redesigning the front end of the truck. It added that elegance, that refinement that F-150 lacked. But obviously F-150 in the current versions made up with that really tough and aggressive front end facelift that they did. So anywho, guys, let's go ahead and pay attention to the front grille. As I said, Ford completely redesigned it. First thing I notice here, guys, is where the headlamps meet the front grille. It looks like it doesn't really flow inwards. You can kind of see it, that gap space between the grille and the headlight. What I found online is that Ford is actually implementing a lot of these air ducts in their trucks, in their vehicles. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that those gaps between the grille and headlamp are functioning air ducts or some sort of air ram to collect air. For me, in terms of styling, I don't really know if that really works. The grille doesn't really cut it for me. The headlamps look fantastic. I love it. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, oh, they look like the GMC Sierra. They look like the Ford Expedition front end on an F-150. And all of those, I think, are somewhat valid. You can kind of see it. Now, I won't lie, guys. Yesterday, a GMC was driving right behind me, and those daytime LED lights that it had reminded me so much of the new 2021 F-150. They just look pretty identical in terms of their headlamp styling. With all the headlights, the LED plank lights that all the vehicles are coming standard with. Yeah, it looks cool. And yeah, I did it to my truck too, whatever. I think they toned down the grille a little bit. The headlamps look fantastic. They look beautiful, I think, in my opinion, add that elegance to the F-150. We do see that Ford redesigned their front bumper along with the fog lights that go with the front bumper. Looks like we no longer have those rectangles on the current versions. Now it looks like we have some horizontal LED style fog lights, which I think go well, complements the headlights and the refinement of the front end, so not all bad. Now in this picture you do see we have the good old whip antenna. I got it on my truck. I actually like it. It's a good way to tell the clearance, especially in a parking garage, guys. You'll know when it's smacking and what you're dealing with, so I'm okay with whip antenna, guys. It's cool with me. You'll also see in the picture that antenna that goes on the roof. Now remember, we only have one, well, at least my XL only has one roof antenna. The little black bump on the roof. Now Ford has relocated that and actually added another one, guys. You'll see that in a different picture when we move on to the rear. But right now, let's go ahead and go on to the side view of the F-150 here, guys. Off the bat, you can see the side view mirrors that I was referring to, guys. Now, I know they don't look too bad, but it's just, maybe in this picture, they just don't look right. It looks a little too small. And it kind of reminds me of the Chevy Silverado mirrors, those tiny little things. on such a big truck. The next thing we do notice, it's kind of hard to see, but I kind of noticed this too, behind the driver's side mirror, is you can kind of see that dip in the window. All the current versions have them. Well, actually, might even go further back, but it has that dip in the driver's side and passenger side doors where the window flows in, goes downwards, and then flows back out. And I personally like that. I really do like that. So I'm glad they kept that. Now, Ford did mention they spent a good deal of time working on the cabin doors, but from what I read online, it looks like they're identical parts from the same bin. So yeah, not sure what's going on there. Major changes have been done to the front, but now let's go ahead and move on to the back of the truck. This is where we lose major points with the F-150. Eric, go ahead and pull up a picture of the F-150 from the back. Oh my gosh! Oh my god, who designed these? Who designed those taillights? That is the first thing that you see when you look at this picture, guys, are those hideous taillights. I don't know what's going on. I think Ford, if we look closely at these taillights, let's try to break it down here, guys. If we look closely, they resemble awfully close to the 2014 taillight shapes. Now, to me, it looks like Ford was trying to revive that shape, that taillight shape on the newer models, and then they kind of just filled it in with a Ram taillight. Tailgate looks just about the same, and I actually don't see the lettering, the F-150 stamped lettering on the tailgate itself. Maybe they took that off, or maybe it's just hard to see in the picture, but everything else looks generally the same for the rear end. Tailgate, bed, taillights are about the only thing that changed here. Maybe the styling of the tailgate, can't really tell. But in this picture is also a good time to look at the roof, guys. Yes! Yeah, Ford did it. Ford made technological advancements and not only put one, but two roof antennas on the truck. That is gonna do it for the rear end. That's about it. Major clash here are the taillights. They just don't flow. Now maybe when the truck is fully revealed in color and paint and everything, it could change my mind. But as of now, based on these photos, guys, the rear end just flops. It just doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. The front end looks fantastic, just the rear end. For powertrain, guys, we are pretty much using the same versions as the current models. 3.3 liter V6, 3.5 liter twin turbo, 2.7 twin turbo, 5.0 V8. I think they're also throwing in there a 3.0 turbo diesel V6. Okay, so maybe I was a little harsh on the F-150 appearance and redesign. But I think where they get their points back is in the interior, guys. You're going to like this. Now, this doesn't really apply to me because I get the XL. I get basic trucks. For those of you who like to get it what you want off the lot, then congratulations. F-150 made a major overhaul on their interior. And I'm glad to say they didn't go overboard with it. They, of course, added a touchscreen infotainment system. The other good news, we do have a full digital tachometer. The whole gauge cluster is digital. Now, I know a lot of the higher end model trucks out right now already have that feature, but it looks like they're implementing that on more of their trim levels. And of course, we do have the entire dashboard that has been completely changed. Now, I for one always appreciate a nice classy interior, and I think Ford did just that. It's very classy, it's very elegant. It's definitely a step up for Ford. I think they did a pretty good job because the F-150, it lacked in elegance, it lacked in refinement, and in my opinion, they did just that with the updated F-150, guys. It looks very nice. Now, of course, they kind of stripped away a little bit of the rugged and toughness of the F-150. But again, guys, a good truck doesn't mean it looks aggressive and is tough and whatnot, guys. That's not the point here. If you are looking at the F-150, I'd say take advantage of the 2020s that are on the lot, because those, I mean, look at this, guys. Look at that. Yes. How do you change that? I don't know how Ford would change something so great, but they did it, and I think they went into the right direction, in my opinion. Now, I know a lot of you are not going to like this truck. I know that. because I was the same thing. I did not like the truck, but after spending a great deal of time looking at pictures, it just, I like it. They did a good job. They took it into a completely different step. It kind of, for me, reminds me of the 2000s to 2003 Super Duties, with that whole front grille and headlamps a little bit. You kind of have to look though, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But then again, I also do see the Expedition front end on the truck, and I also do see the GMC styling on the truck. So all those stuff I do see, it does have some sort of validness to it. But I think, to me, guys, Ford did a good job on the F-150. All I need to do is wait for one to hit the junkyard so I can do a whole front end swap. Guys, how awesome would that be? How awesome would that be to throw on a 2021 front end on a 2018 XL F-150? They should fit. They should work. From what I've seen, when I read, you are able to take out this door on this 2018 and put it on that 2021, guys. I know that for a fact. Why? Because me and Mr. Ford are cool. In all seriousness, guys, I'd like to know your opinion. Let's get an open discussion, a little blackboard discussion going on down in the comments, guys. What do you think of the F-150? Do you like it? Are you happy with the direction Ford is going with this truck? Or do you want to wait? You want to wait for the 2024 model where it's going to be completely different, not the same truck, something completely new. But that's later down the road, guys. So guys, that is going to do it. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know what you guys think of the truck, as I said. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace and take care. Boom!